Just need you to know that I'm all party on the bottom. I made myself look presentable on the top, but... And my underwear matches. Hi guys, my name's Sam, this is the Potager podcast, and I'm coming to you from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, where I live. It's actually really sunny right now, but every once in a while a very strong wind has been bringing in a thunderstorm, so I decided I was just going to stay inside today. And I'm drinking my tea. I actually just finished work, and I'm kind of hoping that I can get a nap in here after I'm done filming. I could use a nap. That's so hot. It's so hot, but it's so good. So anyway, if you want to find me around the internet, I can be found on Instagram at Potager and on Ravelry at Orange Rose Some More. Both of those links will be down in the description, as well as anything else that I decide to share today. I also am including my dyer supplier link because I'm probably going to start dyeing yarn more just for personal use and to like send to my friends. And so I'll make an order eventually. So I think that's like 20% off if you use it, and then I get 20% off too, and it's kind of a cool deal. So thought I'd share that. Not sponsored, that's just one of those affiliate link things. We reached 50 subscribers, and I think that is the coolest shit. So I did post, it will have been yesterday for you, but it's today for me, video that I filmed earlier this week of me covering Here Comes a Thought from Steven Universe. As a little like celebration of hitting 50 subscribers. I think I started this last May, so it's been a year and I haven't been consistent posting, so 50 subscribers is kind of cool. Not what I don't know. This has just always been fun, so hitting little milestones like that is kind of fun, and I wanted to celebrate. So yeah, go check that out. It's just a like little quick 5-minute video of me being silly outside with my ukulele, so yeah. Quick garden update. So I think last time I still had been a little bit unsure about whether the garden is opening. It will be opening. I'm actually waiting right now. They plowed it and everything, and I think they just have to like mark all the plots so people know what plot is there. So it is imminent. I am so ready because it's been so beautiful outside. Like all I want to do is go dig around the dirt and get my stuff started, and I have all my plant starts and stuff already. So yeah, I filmed a little bit yesterday talking about that, and once I have more content, I will put another fruits and roots video out, but for now, you just got me here. Alright, so I'm gonna get to talking about some FOs. I only have a few this week, but I have a pretty significant one to share, so yeah. I'm gonna start with perhaps the least exciting one. So I, like many other people who can at least moderately sew, did make some masks. This is my massive ties because I didn't really have elastic or anything, so I just used what I had. I used this ribbon yarn stuff that I used for my drawstring for my, what's it called? I keep wanting to say underwing. That's those mitten things. My undergarments. Nether garments. I used the same thing, so that was some of the string that I had, and this was actually tying some of my fat quarters together. So yeah, I made 2 that are gonna go to my dad and stepmom, just with fabric that I had laying around, and then these 2 we are keeping, just like floral fabrics. They are not perfect. You can kind of see some of my wonky sewing skills. They're not perfect by any means, but they will be serviceable. I didn't make a ton because we're obviously not going out that much. So it's really just for like when we're going grocery shopping or something like that, so that we have that little extra layer of protection. And this has been recommended by the CDC, and actually our state has specifically recommended that if you're going out that you have some sort of mask. So I figured I'd whip a couple up. If I do find that we need more of them, which I don't anticipate because like I said, we're not really going out a lot, then I can always put together more. This only took me like a couple hours maybe for my first shot, and now that I kind of have a hang of it, I can do them a little bit quicker. I might try to find something a little bit better for the ties, but yeah, not super exciting. I feel like everybody's making these right now, but I did make a few myself. Next, I did finish some spinning. So this is the Fiber Obsession fiber that I got in a D-stash. It's very springy colors. I spun this on my Eel Wheel Nano, and I used, I then took it, as I kind of had been talking about before, I then chain plied it on my drop spindle because I like the way that yarn looks. So yeah, you can kind of see it has some variegation. There's some, it's kind of hard to see. There are some spots that have some more blue in them, and there's green, magenta, mainly this like lighter purple. Yeah, and it is so soft. It's a merino. It's so soft. It was really fun to work with. Yeah, I really need to get some more like fun fiber braids, like multicolored fiber braids, because I've realized that I'm not probably going to spin those plain bats of fiber that I got initially when I got my drop spindle. It doesn't excite me. I want to do fun stuff like this, so yeah. Especially with my eel wheel now, like I feel so motivated to spin, and I only have one more braid of like multicolored, just like regular merino, or I think, I don't know, maybe it's Jacob. I don't remember off the top of my head what breed it is, but it's just, you know, some sheep happening. I've got one braid left of like fun dyed fiber, and that's it. I have other like weird stuff that I'm going to play with on my drop spindle. Like I'm going to show you what I'm working on now. And I have lace why don't I just show you what I'm talking about? I've been debating about this. So I have these 3 like Knit Picks Wool of Andes. I'm not interested in spinning this. Like I love this color. It's a pretty color. All of these are pretty colors, but I'm just like, I don't want to spin that. I'm going to get bored by this. I think maybe, I don't know. Maybe I'll see if somebody wants them. This I think I'm gonna keep because I might ply it with something. I really like this like darker fiber. I've got these, which will be fun. I'll figure out like fractal spinning maybe with that. But those are like 4 little individual bats. I've got the silk hankies that I'm definitely spinning this on the drop spindle because this like baffles me. I've kind of figured out what I have to do with them, but I'm still like. And I also have here this mulberry silk that I got in the D-stash, but that I'm also going to spin on a drop spindle because I think it's not going to be easy to spin and I don't want to mess it up. So yeah, this will be drop spindle material. And then this is my only braid that I have. It's super pretty. But I'm like, oh, once I spin this, that's it. So I think I need to find somewhere to order some fiber. I've been looking at some, but I've been like, I shouldn't spend money on fiber. I have fiber to spin. But like, that's what I want to do right now. I want to spin fun fiber like that. So, sorry for that tangent. But yeah, I finished this spinning. I love it. I want to spin more. Now that I've finished this big project, up next, let me get a sip of my tea. Ta-da! Oh no, my yarn almost fell in my teeth. Ta-da! I'm not wearing it because it is too warm. I actually have the air conditioning on right now. My wife has actually been wearing it a lot at night when it gets a little chillier, but this is my writer's block cardigan. So I did make some modifications to it. This was a test knit, and I still need to take some good pictures of it to put on my project page and stuff. Yeah, I did make it longer, a little bit by accident, a little bit on purpose. I had been concerned about the length because I was like, but like my boobs and stuff, like how's that length gonna work? And then my gauge got all funky because I was stressed and then not as stressed. And I should have measured my gauge. So it is quite a bit longer than it should have been. My stitch gauge, my row gauge was fine, but my stitch gauge was off. But what I ended up with then is like a robe. So the other thing is I omitted the pockets because didn't check my yarn again, and my one last ball of yarn of the black was actually a completely different texture. I can't find it right now. I don't remember where I put it, but I had knit a whole pocket that was like the exact same as this, finished up that ball, moved on the next ball, and like it was like smoother, and I thought it had been from the same dye lot, but I did do like a buy online pick up in store kind of situation, so it's very possible that it wasn't. I should have checked, but I didn't, because I was too distracted by the completely wrong color of Ferris wheel that I ended up with one ball of the wrong color. The rest of them were the same, and then they put one ball of something completely different in. So yeah, there's no pockets for now. I might eventually knit it with like 2 with that smoother yarn, but I don't need the pockets right now, and it's pretty long, so I don't know if I'd even use pockets on it. So yeah, it's like a house coat. I feel very regal wearing it. I can stand by the window in the morning as I am drinking my cup of coffee and gaze upon my gardens. It's not really easy to show. I guess maybe I can put it on briefly just to show you. So yeah, I finished a large cardigan just in time for it to be too warm to wear it. But yeah, I really like this like collar. What is this called? This kind of collar? I don't know. But it's nice and baggy. The sleeves are long enough that I can pull my whole hand inside, which I like, but also because of the way that they're made, this is how I generally wear my sweaters, so it's nice that like because there's so much ribbing, it actually fits well like this. So yeah, I freaking love it. I can't wait until it's cold again. I don't mean it. But yeah, when it gets cold again, you will probably see me in this a lot because I can just kind of... So anyway, writer's block cardigan. Yeah, I used Lion brand yarn because I wanted to make it affordable. I actually didn't even use all of the yarn that I bought. Because I didn't make the pockets, I used all but one of the black, and then I didn't even finish the next to last ball of Ferris wheel either. So I don't know if it was because my gauge was so funky or what, but yeah, this is fun. I love it. It is so perfect. And like the colors that I picked out, it's just this like dark rainbow nonsense. Ugh. I'm gonna wear it forever. I'm basically gonna wear it forever. This is my writer's block cardigan. I hope you love it as much as I love it. It doesn't matter, it's mine. You can't have it. Spit on myself just a little bit. Now we should talk about whips. So I've been working on a decent amount of projects other than that, but I definitely in the past 2 weeks have had a big push to finish that because I was like, it's getting too hot. I'm not gonna work on it. The one thing I can say about that though, side track, I know I said we were gonna go to whips, but one thing I can say about though is because it is a seamed sweater, it's not as bad knitting it in the heat as it is knitting a regular non-seamed like knit in the round sweater, because you don't have as much bulk sitting on you. Like probably the worst of it was the back panel because it's so big, but it's a big rectangle and one of garter stitch, and once you get it done, you know, the front panels are smaller, like nothing is quite as big as that, so it's not like you have like the whole weight of this gigantic sweater sitting on you and suffocating you in heat. So I did like that about it. And the instructions were very clear about how to seam it and blah blah blah. I can't gush about it enough. Would really absolutely recommend, and it's very size inclusive. And a simple sweater to knit if you haven't knit a sweater before, because it's mostly garter stitch, just has some shaping, but it's good practice on seaming, and yeah, all around positive experience with that sweater. Very happy to have it done though, so I can work on other stuff. Okay, we're actually going to move on to whips now. So what I've been working on mostly the past like day or so is this, which is my Rift tee. I'm sure you've seen this many times because this bag I'll pull out and be like, I haven't worked on this in forever. I believe I started this back in August. And it's nothing wrong with the pattern or anything. It's just I've had so many other projects that I've wanted to work on that I haven't really been focusing on it. But now I'm like, you know what? Spring is here. I want to have this cute top to wear before it gets too hot to wear. Especially since I'm walking around the house. I will wear a crop tee in the house. with some leggings. I don't care. I'll go to the store with my face mask on, with a cropped sweater on and some leggings. So I'm going to finish this. I think I am finally approaching the point that I will be able to actually start the sleeves. Sorry, I lost a stitch. Wanted to get that now. But yeah, because I got these longer interchangeable needles for my nether garments, I now can actually have this out flat. I could not have that before because I had them scrunched up on a needle, but it's much easier to show it like this, huh? Yeah, so it's this like peachy yarn. You can see it actually pretty well on the screen, or at least from where I can see it, that I'm alternating skeins because they're two similar, but you know, there's sisters not twins kind of skeins. So this is Woodwool Stone Yarn, and she doesn't really do colorway names or like separate colorways at all, which is totally fine. It seems like she just kind of experiments and does whatever she wants, and I really like her display whenever I see her out and about. But you know, the result of that is that the two skeins that I got that looked very similar, these were a gift, by the way, they're ever so slightly different. The one is a little bit darker than the other. Also, I realized, so when you start it, because it is a split hem, you knit the front and then the back. First of all, I think I didn't go as far with the front as I did the back. I probably just got lazy. It's fine. It's not that big a deal, but I'm just like, shouldn't this be just like a little bit longer, maybe? Whatever. What was I gonna say? Oh, so I didn't alternate skeins with the hem because I thought that would have been silly. And I didn't really think that far ahead with it. So this yarn that I have is a gradient. You can kind of see the difference in the balls. But I noticed that I am kind of approaching the blue on this one. You can kind of see it peeking through a little bit, where I'm not so much on this one. And that's because this is the one that I think I used on the back. And I guess I did not think about the impact of how much yarn that would use up. So there will be some more distinct striping as this one is transitioning to blue before this one, but I'm hoping that it ends up looking cool, where like up here there'll be like striping and then like the sleeves will be blue. Maybe, hopefully, it would be cool. That's like what I'm hoping is gonna happen, but I don't actually know. I was actually considering, too, if I get to the point where it seems like it's not gonna get there, of, like, extracting a section of, like, the pink to transition to the blue sooner. But then I'm also a little worried that I'm gonna, like, run out of blue faster than I thought I was going to, so who knows what I'll end up doing, but it'll definitely be interesting. This is an experiment, and it's gonna be cool. Also, I had been looking for these stitch markers, and I like could not figure out where I had put these stitch markers, and it's because they've been on here. These cute little cats that I got from my fiber share partner last year. They're little cats in teacups, and I have one of them that I've been using a lot, but these ones have been on here, so they will eventually be freed. I'm really pushing to finish this because it is very easy to knit. I am going to be doing some bust shaping. I did find out that I needed that. Yeah, so I am enjoying working on this again, and I'm looking forward to getting it done so that I can wear it. Beautiful. I don't really have anything else to say about that one. It's in my Teslaknits bag because I really love the Bathing Beauties bag. And it's big enough to put, I don't remember if this is her smaller or larger size. I think I got the bigger one. But anyway, it's big enough to put my smaller sweater projects in. It fits everything in there pretty good. And I love it. Next. Ow! I hit my elbow. So I've also been working on my 2 at a time socks. This is in my bag from Kat. It's Marshmallow Witch Knits. She sells really, really cute bags like this. Still have not gone for a walk with it. I've been intending to because it's one of those where you can kind of do one of these dudes and just kind of like boop and knit, but when I've been going outside, I've been going for a run, not for a walk. But yeah, I made a little progress on these. I will try to remember to start putting progress keepers on because even I don't remember how much I've worked on these things, but yeah, I worked on these a little bit last night during Stitch Group. So this is the Earth Yarns Unique Sock. So it comes in 2 equal cakes. Here are the other colors in mine. I'm actually finally approaching color changes because it's only been this color stripes, but I'm finally approaching some other color changes. Yeah, I picked this up, if you remember, on that little trip that I went to the seed store. I stopped at a yarn store, picked these up because I always like to at least buy something. Yeah, self-striping yarn. I've been trying to do more stripy socks because I do like knitting vanilla socks, but I do get bored knitting vanilla socks, so it's nice to have something to keep you interested. But yeah, look how fun those are. And I've been actually really enjoying doing these cuff down 2 at a time socks. This is the second time that I've done these. It's I think it's called like Mina's 2 at a time socks. It's by Knitting Expat. It's my favorite, like my favorite vanilla 2 at a time sock pattern. It has lots of suggestions. I would definitely suggest using it only if you haven't knit at least 1 pair of socks before, so you're familiar with the construction. But yeah, it's a good way to get an intro to 2 at a time socks. There's a lot of good information. And let me tell you, I think I gushed about this last week too, but I just cannot say enough how much I love the Knit Companion app, because I used to be the kind of person that would print out every single pattern, and usually by the end it would be ripped to shreds by my cat because he likes to eat paper. And I would make tally marks because I only have one like stitch counter thing, you know, the little thing where you can twist it and it has the stitches on. I only have one of those, and often it gets lost. So I would sit and I would do tally marks to mark rows or cross or check off next to rows to keep track of where I was in a pattern, and that, like, it's tedious. But the Knit Companion app, I've been loving it, especially with charts too, because I would print out charts and highlight the rows. And now I don't have to do that because this has a little thing that you can slide and keep track of where you are in the row. So yeah, that hand-me-down iPad has been coming in handy with all of this knitting. So here with these socks, I'm following her suggestion, I'm following her suggestion of doing 60 rows for the leg, because I do want to try to make these a little longer because of how much yarn you get for the stripes. I want to get to more of the colors before I'm done with them because I have tiny feet. So yeah, I'm following her instructions for 60, so I've just been, you just tap, and that keeps track of your rows. It's much better than tally marks. So, and then I'm not wasting as much paper as well, so that makes me happy. So yeah, these are my 2 at a time socks. I am glad to be knitting socks again too, because I hadn't been for a while because of all the other projects that I had committed myself to, and now just knitting whenever I want, and I love it. Next, I can't remember if I made any progress on my Northeasterly, but I will pop it out. This is my Malia Mayed It bag, by the way. I think I've said that before. Have I made progress on this? Oh yeah, I guess. Ooh, uh-oh. We're coming out. We're popping out here. Let's... Somebody save me. Okay, got it. At least it wasn't the other way. It's a pain in the ass to get it to reconnect. So yeah, I did very, very little, but I did connect this new yarn. So this one here was the one that I hand dyed myself that I really want to dye more of because it's super cool. This stitch marker I believe I got from Flowers Will Fly. She sent it to me during that like wish knit thing during, yeah, I don't remember. But yeah, Flowers Will Fly. I love bees. And then yeah, I just started adding another color because, as I said, I'm going to be doing more of these like these size sections rather than doing whole chunks in one color like I did here, just because I like breaking it up. So yeah, definitely will be working on this more now that I'm done with my big cardigan, because it's nice to pick it up. It's been really nice to pick this up during TV watching times, which obviously there's a lot right now. Yeah, trying to pick it up more because I still want to try to finish this. I know I'm definitely not going to finish it by this birthday, but maybe by next birthday. Maybe by the time I'm 30. Who knows how long this project is going to be, but it'll be a nice lightweight blanket when it's done. An eternity later. And then my spinning. So this is my little funny joke that I made to myself. I have this bag of Angora that I got in a D-stash, and I've only done this little teeny tiny bit. Angora is not easy to spin with. or maybe it's just because this is like unprepared. It's mixed with some other stuff in places, and it's, some of it's dyed. You can kind of see it's like, yeah, but it's kind of just like floofs in a bag. So I do want to work on it more, but it is definitely not the easiest thing to pull out and work on. And yet, that time when I went to Allentown Fiber Festival, I just remember watching, or the Lehigh Valley Fiber Festival last year, I just remember watching that woman just, she had a rabbit in her lap, and she was just pulling off tufts and spinning with it right from there. And I'm like, why am I having such a hard time? But yeah, I'm going to finish this, just spinning it on the drop spindle because it's an experiment. I've never worked with Angora before. It's very soft. It's very soft and smooth and fluffy. It's just not the easiest thing to spin with, so learning curve, it's fine. I really like the colors though, like the pretty little lavender and gray with the natural white is kind of nice, so yeah. I think I'm going to work on that maybe some tonight. We're going to watch Cats tonight and get drunk. So I'll spin a little bit until I get drunk, but I'm definitely not going to try to spin with this when I'm drunk, so I'll get very frustrated. Yeah, so that's all that I've been working on. I'm trying not to cast on a whole lot of things right now because I need to get some stuff done to feel satisfied with my knitting. So, you know, I have the Rift tee, which I'm about halfway done with, I would say, approximately. And, you know, the socks, they'll fly by as I work on them more. I think the next two things I'll probably cast on, there's another pair of socks I want to cast on. I don't think you can see it, but there's yarn like right here. It's like a pink yarn that I want to work with. And then, I'm not going to pull it out. And then one of the shawls that I have yarn already picked out for right there. I'll probably pick up one of those next too. But I don't really want to start any more like sweaters or anything right now. Just not feeling it. I am going to dye yarn from my stash of undyed yarn to make the Ixtel sweater. I already have the dye, I already have the yarn. I just don't want to, that's going to be an intense knit, and I'm not ready to start something that big yet. I think I'd already talked about how I'm looking around for yarn, DK weight yarn for the witching hour. I think I might buy wool stone yarn for that because I have seen some colors that I want. I'll just have to make sure that I alternate skeins. But her yarn's pretty affordable, so that might be what I end up doing. But I'm holding off for now. I still have a bunch of that purple yarn that I want to make into some sort of sweater, but like I just really don't want to start any big projects right now. I just want little stuff that I can pick up. And then obviously work on my Northeasterly more. But I have some other projects that I'm going to show you that are not knitting related, but are going to be so cool, and I'm excited about them. But first, let's talk about some acquisitions, because I've been really happy to be getting packages. I have heard through the pipeline that USPS is kind of encouraging people to get more packages sent and send mail, because people had kind of slowed down for a bit and got to keep up the business. So, gladly. I've been periodically purchasing things from some dyers and just stuff because I want to get stuff. I actually got some pins. I don't feel like taking my pin thing down, but I got some pins in the mail recently, and then I got some yarn too. So let me show you what I got. So the first thing I believe that arrived, which like came in a day, it was like the fastest shipping that I've ever had on yarn ever, let alone right now. So I got this skein from Kirby Wirby. And it's called Your Mama's Afghan. This is 75 superwash merino, 25 nylon. Yeah, these colors are amazing, and it's self-striping. I love this. It's like all of my favorites. If it had black, then that would be even more perfect. But this shit excites me. So yeah, I got this. Kirby Wirby has a lot of really good self-striping yarn, so if you're looking for some fun stuff. And I think she's doing a lot of Schitt's Creek related stuff, which I just got into, so that cracks me up. Yeah, this is gonna make a lovely pair of socks. So I also saw about Stitch Party. They are based out of Millvale, Pittsburgh, Millvale, which is actually where I stayed when I went out to Pittsburgh for my graduation, because I graduated from Slippery Rock, which is North Pittsburgh, and it made more sense. I didn't want to go to Slippery Rock. I wanted to go to Pittsburgh. Yeah, so Stitch Party did a social distancing box. It was like $30, I think. And the proceeds went to them sending food, like making food boxes or distributing food in their neighborhood. Something along those lines. I was really into that idea, and so I got it. Also because of mystery boxes. You know how I feel about mystery boxes. Do you know how I feel about mystery boxes? The answer is positively. I like a good mystery. I like being surprised by what I get in the mail. So fun. So I already opened this because I wanted to see what it looked like. It came with caffeine-free Blue Moon tea. Warm up your winter with island spices. Pair with whiskey for a non-traditional toddy. This is Tupelo honey teas. And yes. Okay.
Finish up. I'm almost done. I want pinas coladas.
Rebecca. Anyway, after that rude interruption, that's what happens when you don't get to leave the house. You have to film when your wife is still there. Anyway, so it has organically grown chrysanthemums, ginger, blue pea flowers, which I actually have seeds to grow, and I'm going to try to grow some this year. Cinnamon, cloves, lemongrass, and licorice. And look at it, you can see the little blue flowers in there. So I can't wait to brew this because it does, when you have blue pea flowers, they actually brew blue. That's hard to say. Brew blue. I might even brew some and make it into iced tea because that will be super pretty. So yeah, I'm excited to use that. And then by now, most people who got these would have seen it already. This is the yarn that came with it. Super pretty. I don't buy a lot of blue yarn, I realized. Like, I've gotten blue yarn given to me. I took too long and now it's splitting the file. I don't buy a lot of blue yarn for myself. I've gotten some given to me, but I don't think I like generally. I get yellow and purple because that's like my colors. But look at this. Isn't that gorgeous? So yeah, it's sock weight, 75 merino, 25 nylon. And it's very like plushy too, so that's gonna be fun to knit with. I'm excited. It's got some nice like green tones in it. Like the lighter side has a little bit more white, but the darker side has some green tones. I don't know. Let me just like open this up. Okay, yeah. Wow. I'm excited to play around with that. That'll be fun. I'll probably make it into socks, let's be real. You know how I roll. Really like pretty socks though. I don't have blue socks. I had to think about that for a second, but no. I don't have blue socks. Green socks. Alright, so my last thing that has come in the mail so far, and I do have more, so I will have more to show you probably next time. We'll see if it comes in the mail yet. Some of the other stuff that I ordered. I have a list on my phone of all the things that I've ordered because I keep losing track of what's come and what I'm still waiting on. So Earl Grey Fiber Company had a sale. Here is another Schitt's Creek, I was gonna say flavor, colorway. It's called Ew David. So I got 3 of them, and now I kind of wish I had gotten 4. Because I think I'm gonna knit a fadeless So Faded. Kind of like Amy Florence did her So Fadeless. That's kind of like the vibe I'm going for here. I kind of want fingering weight sweater. I'm only gonna do the sleeves down to like here, down to like my elbow, because that's as long as sleeves need to be for me. But I don't really wear crop sweaters that much. So I don't really wear crop sweaters so much, so I'm like not sure. I probably should have just gotten 4. And I had 4 in my cart and I was like, I only need 3. Why would you get 4? I should have just gotten 4. Hindsight is 2020. They're unavailable now, so I'm just gonna have to make it work. But this color, I don't know why I'm holding so many up. I can just show you one. Here. It's like black and it's got like magenta pops in it, and it is so pretty. Here, let me give you more light. Yeah. Yes. Look at that. So, yeah. Ew, David. So I pulled out, I have this this chunk of yarn. It's like a purple variegated yarn, and it's coming apart. This is probably Patton's Croy sock, but I thought it looked cute together, and I might try to do this for like the cuffs and neckline and stuff, ribbing of the sweater, if I can swing that. I don't know. It may be a huge mistake to try to do that. I don't know if it's going to be enough, but you know, wing it. So that's my other sweater quantity of yarn. That is my other sweaty. That's my other sweater quantity of yarn. Somewhat. I could have done better. I could have gotten one more and it would have been fine. Whatever. I'm going to make a sweater out of this. I also bought seeds, but I didn't bring them over because this is the knitting podcast. I talked about the seeds on the bit that I filmed yesterday that will be on the next Fruits and Roots video. But I got more seeds and I'm very excited to be growing them. So, let's talk about a couple non-knitting things that I'm excited to work with. This is not a recent acquisition. I actually got this over a year ago on our honeymoon at a flea market in Gainesville, Florida, because we went with our friends. I love flea markets so much. You can get things so cheap. I think I spent $20 on this, which it is worth a lot more. I didn't really ever check to make sure that it has all the parts, so I kind of hope that it does, because if it doesn't, then I'm going to be severely disappointed. And just like give me a minute, because now I'm going to do that, because otherwise I will not have a good time. I mean, the main part isn't here. That's really all that matters, isn't it? Yeah. That was even, let's see. Is the breadboard still in here? Okay, yeah, real cool. This is totally unopened. I thought so. Like, I'm pretty sure the guy told me that this had been unopened. But, you know. Okay, so this is a bit of nerd for ya. I'm going to close this so I can actually show you. It's an Arduino. So it comes with all of the stuff that you need to do 15 different projects. I think all I need is a 9-volt battery and some paper. Paper, tape, markers, and scissors. Suggested additional materials are listed in the details of each project. But you don't actually need some of that stuff. It's just aesthetics. But basically, I looked through the book the other day, and each project builds on the previous one, so it kind of teaches you how to use it, and it's just fun. I can make a lovometer, and a zoetrope, and a lamp that responds to your touch. So it's just kind of cool programming stuff, so I'm excited to play around with that. Maybe I'll do videos on it if I feel compelled, but I might just sit and be a nerd and like snort in the corner while I'm playing with this, because it's going to bring me so much joy to do this weird stuff. And then the other thing, so my dad buys me Easter stuff every year. It's like he always usually gets Easter baskets for me every year, and he actually has started making Becca Easter baskets as well, and I think it's so cute. So this year it was completely pared down because obviously he wasn't going to go out to a store to get a bunch of Easter crap, you know, with things being the way they are. So unfortunately no edible Easter grass this year, which I'm devastated. It's so nasty. Don't ever give your children that crap. It's so nasty. It tastes like styrofoam. But yeah, I actually went to drop off some plants at their house and some other things while I was out the one day, and he gave me a bag with some Easter stuff. So they got me like a big bucket that I can use for my gardening stuff, and a tool, But he also got me this, and it's like, have you ever gotten something and you didn't realize how badly you wanted it until you had it in your hands? And you were like, this is mine, and I'm so glad someone got this for me. Because that's what this was for me. So it is a DIY miniature house. It's just one room, and it's called Sam's Study. But it has, I can't see what I'm doing here. Yeah, it has books and a desk. It's just, you have to wire the lighting. You make everything yourself. And I'm just like, you know me so well. I actually looked online because I needed to know what other options there were. There's a mini greenhouse. There's a little garden. If I have as much fun making this as I think I'm going to, I will absolutely be purchasing another one. But it comes with a really nice illustrated guide, like better than IKEA, to show you how to put things together. Everything step by step. There's a little tool set and the wires, and then there's like it's like, there's the battery pack. There's like 2 different kinds of glue. There's paint, like paper, fabric, more wood pieces. Like, this is so detailed and so intricate. One of the other things, so Becca's obviously going to help me do this because this is like an insane effort. Just trying to pull out the paper pieces. I might use some of my own fabric because I can do better than that. But I am going to probably customize this a decent amount. There's a lot of things here, and I'm not sure if they're just what they're for. But anyway, so there's books. You put some of the books together. They're not just all like facades. There are some where you just kind of like do inserts on the shelves, you can kind of see. But some of them are just like straight up books. So we were thinking of scanning this in, and I have Photoshop skills. Maybe the art on the walls too. I have Photoshop skills. I can go in and I can put my own book covers on these and make my own books and put the books that I want in there. It's gonna be so cool. Like, I cannot explain to you my sheer delight putting what is basically like a dollhouse together. So that is gonna be a fun little, he bought this for me before all the quarantine stuff happened. This is gonna be a fun little DIY quarantine project, and I absolutely intend on making a video of me assembling this because I think it's gonna be cool to watch too, especially since I'm going to be customizing it with some of my own stuff. I want to share the progress on this. So we finished our little knockoff nano block Lego set thing of a dinosaur. So this is my next little fiddly project that's non-knitting related that I'm gonna work on, and I cannot wait. Yeah, so I don't have a lot more to talk about, and obviously I've been told that I need to be done soon because my wife is going to be done soon and we're going to get drunk and watch Cats together, because I've not seen the new Cats movie because I don't like Cats the musical. What have I got myself into? It was my idea though. I turned to her and I said, I will watch Cats with you as long as I can get drunk. So happy Thursday night. That's what we're doing tonight. You gotta do what you gotta do, man. I'm gonna make some chili cheese tachos. Chili cheese tachos. And we're gonna hang out and watch Cats. And yeah. I'm gonna knit. Probably my socks, because if I knit something else, I'll probably mess it up. I'm back on day shift again too. Like, I'm done with work for today. I have a normal shift tomorrow, and then it's the weekend. I don't have to, well, I have to work a little bit at night, but it's like nothing. But I don't work all night anymore. Hopefully that will stick. I did not like working nighttime because I'm not a night person. If you haven't noticed, I am an early, I think I've mentioned this. I am an early riser. I get up at like 6 or 7 a.m. almost every morning. So working from 3 p.m. to 11 p.m. was like, it sucked. But yeah, other than that, I've been staying home, playing Animal Crossing. If you want to play Animal Crossing, shoot me a message on Instagram, and I'll add you. Also, I'll add anyone. I don't care. I open my island up. Just come walk around and steal my apples or something. I don't care. I need a nap. Anyway, thank you for watching today. Please like, share, subscribe if you feel so compelled. And yeah, I'm still going to be posting these about every 2 weeks. Hopefully I will soon have another fruits and roots soon. Hopefully. But like, I'm being patient. I know that they are doing their best. You know, I just really want to go garden. But as soon as I have, oh my god, this hat. As soon as I have more gardening content, I will be posting more fruits and roots episodes. I'm still planning on doing podcasts every other week, which seems to be a good sweet spot for me to have like enough to talk about. Thank you again for 50 subscribers. This has been a blast. And yeah, see you in 2 weeks. Have a good one. Stay safe.